Have you ever wondered why certain people seem to have the power to ruin your day? No matter how hard you try, they always know how to push your buttons. But what if I told you the problem isn't with them, it's with how you react? Sounds counterintuitive, doesn't it? I mean, how could something so irritating possibly be your fault? The truth is, you hold the power, even if you don't realize it yet. And here's the good news. There's a way to break free from this cycle, and it starts with a simple shift in perspective. Sadhguru, a master of practical wisdom, believes that dealing with difficult people doesn't have to feel like an internal battle. In fact, he teaches that peace isn't about changing others. It's about changing how you respond to them. The best part? This insight isn't just life-changing, it's surprisingly easy to apply. Stick around, because you're about to learn how to stop being a hostage to annoying people and take back control of your inner peace. It's interesting, isn't it? How something that feels so external can actually start within you. When someone says something hurtful or behaves unfairly, the real impact isn't in their words or actions, it's in how you choose to react. Imagine a child throwing mud at your brand new outfit. You could either laugh it off or get incredibly upset. The reaction is yours, and that's where your control lies. So, next time someone tries to throw mud at you, ask yourself, is this really worth my peace? Of course, no one's saying this is easy. Our minds have a way of blowing small annoyances out of proportion until they feel like massive problems. Think about that time when a tiny comment stuck with you for hours. It's happened to all of us. But here's the thing. When you master the ability to observe your thoughts, instead of drowning in them, everything changes. Practices like meditation or even keeping a simple journal can help train your mind to respond more consciously. It's like strengthening a muscle that keeps you from picking up unnecessary weight. And here's another thing to remember. No one controls how you feel but you. I know that sounds bold, but it's true. When you see pain as a choice rather than something imposed on you, you begin to reclaim your power. Think of it like adjusting the thermostat in a room. Too hot? Cool it down. Too cold? Warm it up. And speaking of adjustments, sometimes it's better to tweak your environment instead of waiting for it to magically change on its own. Walking away can be an act of wisdom, but only when done for the right reasons. Many people walk away out of hurt, but acting out of pain rarely leads to a satisfying outcome. Take a toxic work environment, for example. You might feel tempted to leave out of frustration or anger. But what if you pause to think about how that job aligns with your long-term goals? If it doesn't support your growth or success, then sure, maybe it's time to move on, but do it with clarity, not emotion. The key is to understand that it's not about running away. It's about moving forward. Leaving a relationship or a social circle might feel like an escape, but it could also be the beginning of something far greater. Think of a ship that needs to leave the harbor to explore new horizons. The harbor isn't bad. It's just not the right place for it anymore. In the same way, you can honestly evaluate your situation by asking, is this helping me get where I want to go? That kind of reflection can transform how you approach life's tough decisions. Now, walking away doesn't mean you won't face challenges. On the contrary, it might bring new issues to the surface. But when your motivation is about effectiveness rather than pain, every decision becomes a step in the right direction. After all, living consciously isn't about avoiding discomfort. It's about creating a path that reflects your deepest intentions. Speaking of conscious choices, what do you do when someone crosses the line and poses a direct threat to your physical safety? When someone breaches the boundary of physical safety, the situation changes entirely. In such cases, self-preservation instincts take over, and there's no shame in that. Imagine you're on a deserted street, and someone starts acting aggressively. The first and most important decision is to ensure your safety. This could mean leaving the area, seeking help, or even defending yourself if necessary. In this context, walking away isn't about weakness. It's about intelligence and survival. Emotional pain can be worked through, but physical harm demands an immediate and practical response. Think about the importance of learning basic self-defense skills, not to seek conflict, but to be prepared. Taking a class in Krav Maga or boxing, for example, not only strengthens your body, but also boosts your confidence. When you know you can take care of yourself, even tense situations can be handled with greater clarity. That confidence in itself is life-changing. Still, physical confrontation should always be your last resort. Prioritize escaping danger and finding a safe environment. This approach helps you avoid unnecessary consequences and keeps the focus on what truly matters: your well-being. The point here isn't to live in fear, but to live with awareness. While protecting your body, it's equally important to accept that no one is perfect, which leads us to an even deeper understanding. It's such a relief, isn't it? Knowing that no one is perfect means you don't have to be either. We often set unrealistic expectations for the people around us: friends, partners, co-workers. We expect them to be flawless, forgetting that everyone is just trying to figure life out. It's like expecting a used car to run like a brand new model. When we embrace imperfections, frustrations diminish and our connections become more human. Take, for example, a boss who occasionally has outbursts. Instead of seeing them as purely difficult, think about what might be driving their behavior. Is it pressure, insecurity, or something entirely beyond their control? This doesn't mean tolerating abusive behavior, but it does mean observing with more compassion. Such a mindset can transform strained relationships and even open the door to honest conversations. After all, who hasn't had a bad day and acted less than ideally? Now, accepting imperfections doesn't mean settling for situations that no longer serve you. On the contrary, it's an opportunity to adjust your expectations while realigning your environment to match your reality. This brings us to a powerful reflection. How can you ensure that the places you're in and the people around you truly support your growth? The environment around you is like soil for a plant. It can nourish your growth or limit your potential. Choosing where you live, work, and who you spend time with isn't just about comfort. It's about effectiveness. Imagine trying to study in a place full of distractions. No matter how disciplined you are, the environment will slow you down. The goal isn't to run from discomfort, but to find a space that helps you thrive. Be strategic when assessing your environment. Ask yourself, does this bring me closer to my goals, or is it holding me back? This could be as simple as shifting from a group of friends who constantly complain about life to one that shares ideas and inspiration. Or it might be a bigger decision, like finding a new job in a company culture that aligns better with your values. These changes, while challenging, are crucial for creating a brighter future. Remember, no environment is perfect, but you can adapt it to your needs. A library might be a great place to focus, but you might still need noise-canceling headphones to block out distractions. The idea is to build your ideal space with the tools and resources you have. Effectiveness begins with awareness, and that's what turns daily life into a journey of purpose and fulfillment. Now that you've learned how to handle annoying people, how about taking the first step? Your peace is in your hands. Start by evaluating your reactions and making more conscious decisions. Want to keep learning how to transform your life? Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and join us on this journey of growth.